Introducing live.
Hello and welcome to the ATL Introducing Masterclass Collaborations, how to boost profile and productivity for BBC Introducing Live 2020. This is a part of the BBC Introducing Live event taking place online this year on BBC Sounds. Across the week, you'll be able to hear from BBC Music introducing alumni, industry experts, and special guests offering their advice to artists, creatives, and future industry leaders. You can watch these talks at bbc.co.uk/introducinglive or listen back on BBC Sounds.
You're listening to ATL Introducing with Gemma Bradley.
I am so excited for this. I am joined by three amazing artists whose careers are really kicking off. Welcome JC Stewart, Jessica Hammond and GRACEY. We are going to talk the importance of collaborating and learning from others. But before we get stuck in, guys, can you just introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm GRACEY and I am a songwriter and a singer. And I collaborated with 220 Kid this year and got my first little top 10. So, and I've also worked as a songwriter, so it's really nice to chat.
GRACEY, you've worked with quite a lot of people and collaborated with a lot of people. You've written for the likes of Jonas Blue, Ray, Meghan Trainor, and done a couple of collaborations with 220 Kid, Rule, and Alexander 23, which is loads. Why did you decide to collaborate in the first place?
I think I started writing as for other people, and that kind of installed this love for collaborating and co-writing anyway. So I think I had it in me from the start, and I think it's something that inspires me, being in a room or being in an environment where I can kind of take things from other people and we can kind of, I don't know, just have fun and explore different ideas which I wouldn't have been able to come up with on my own. So I think that's kind of the best thing about collaborating.
Yeah, 100%. I think meeting new people and just having fun is actually one of the best parts about collaboration. GRACEY, what about you? You know, your career as an artist has just really started to take off this year. How's that been for you?
I think the industry changed so much from when I was a writer to when I became an artist, and it just constantly does. And then this year, obviously, 2020 has not been ideal for live music. So I always thought, how can I grow and reach out to different audiences, different listeners that potentially wouldn't have heard of me before, without touring. And I think it is quite difficult to do, but I found collaborating was one of the best ways to do that. And alongside it being fun and inspiring, it helps you kind of establish a fan base and grow and learn from other artists that maybe know more about it, or in mine and 220 Kids' case, learn about it together and figure it out as we go. So yeah, I think that's what I kind of gained from working with other artists in particular.
You know what? It's actually so good that you haven't let this year get you down. You found new ways to collaborate and work with people, and you've really used that to your advantage. That is class,
This is BBC Introducing Live.
I think definitely not less pressures, because I'll never do anything unless it feels right, regardless of who it's with or whatever the opportunity. Because I always think, how would this work in my my set? If I was performing live, if it just doesn't fit and it doesn't feel authentic to me, I won't do it. And it's only recently, to be fair, as well, because I definitely went through a period where I was really stubborn. I was I will never do that. I will never. And I think as I've kind of grown up and the kind of times have changed, especially 2020, 100%, that definitely changed my mind on it. I just realised how amazing they can be and how much they can open you up to new things in different genres. And I think as long as you as an artist can be your authentic self throughout all of the different music, different styles, whoever you collaborate with, then there isn't really an issue with it. It's when you kind of just place your voice on something without it having your personality, I think, where I find it tricky to kind of go ahead and like take the jump. But yeah, all of the collabs that I've done and like will do in the future kind of feel authentic to me. So yeah, it's exciting to go outside of your comfort zone, and music should be about like exploring and finding things that you love. And I think for so long, especially like the first like 6 months of me releasing music, I was like, it taken me so long to know who I was as an artist, like because I was trying to figure out the whole time I was writing for other people. So when I found out like, oh, these are the next 3 singles, like this is me, like la la la, I forgot that actually I'm not gonna grow anymore as an artist. Like each artist grows and they kind of find new things and they work with different producers and different songwriters, and you can hear it through like people's albums and EPs as they go on. I always think of one of my like absolute legendary icons is Sia, because I just think she's an amazing artist. I think like her like Chandelier was like such a amazing song to me, because I was like, oh, this is so cool. And she sounds like all of the songs she's written before. Like she has such a writing style, whether she's writing for Rihanna or Beyonce or Steps, she's got a style and you can tell it's Sia. And I think regardless of whatever, if she's doing a Christmas album, whatever, like her voice, her writing style is always the main thread. So she can do whatever she wants, 100%. Same with a lot of great artists. And I think that's my aim, is to kind of just, if I have that thread of lyrically, does it fit me? Like, does it mean anything to me? And vocally, can I be the one that's vocal producing it and understanding like how, like where my voice is in the mix, and how do you like it like really reverb? Do you like it like really close and compressed? So I think for me, it's that as well.
So I'm sure every collab just doesn't go so smoothly. Gracie, have you ever had a nightmare session where you were just like, nah, this is the worst?
Oh my god, yeah, 100%. I feel like everyone, when you go into a room, like at some point, someone will be like, yeah, so what was your worst session? But it is sad, because I always say with sessions as well, like, make sure you try it twice. And it's so annoying, because sometimes I'll come out of a session. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'll come out of a session and be like, no more songwriting ever again for me. That was it. No more. And I don't think it's because that person in particular is a bad writer or is rude necessarily. I do think that's a line though. If you're disrespectful, I'm out. I'm so sorry, but goodbye to you, regardless of who you are. Sometimes people just don't gel, and that can be the case, and it depends on your mood and your day. Like, yeah, I mean, I worked with this one person once who just kept telling me to do something which was not the way I like to write, and it's not the way I felt most inspired. So yeah, it's just working with people that like make you feel inspired and excited.
What advice would you give to someone who maybe is a little bit more awkward or anxious about kind of putting themselves out there?
Yeah, I think just be really honest. Just say like, oh, this is like, I'm not used to collaborating, because everyone had to start somewhere. Like everyone did their first ever collab session as well. And the more you do, the more comfortable you become. I still to this day, after doing 4 or 5 years of writing sessions, will like, and I love it. It's the only thing I really, really love in my life. And well, that's a bit, I do love everyone else. I'm so sorry to my family and friends and everyone. No, but it's like the main thing I'm like excited to do. And every single time before I press the doorbell, I go, oh, I don't want to do it. Because the anxiety will come in and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it. And you just have to like push through that. When you know it's something you love doing, push through that kind of instant, I don't want to do it, because you do, and it's going to be sick. So give it a go. The more you push your comfort zone, the more you can do. So yeah.
Before we do go, though, I have one more question. Who is your dream collaborator? Who would you like to collaborate with?
My like childhood icon was Gwen Stefani, so maybe I'd reunite No Doubt and Gwen Stefani together. So I just, yeah, she's just so cool. She's so sick. But then again, like, I mean, Mark Ronson, Pharrell Williams, Calvin Harris, Quick 1-2, hit me up, let me know.
I think that all those collabs would be sick. I'm so here for it. Thanks so much, guys, for being here and for your time. For all the masterclasses, panels, and performances, you can find them on bbc.co.uk/introducinglive or listen on BBC Sounds.
ATL. Introducing.